Hey guys, what's up? It's Patrick here, and today bringing you guys a brand new video. And in this video, I'm going to be covering one of my favorite things about the newest update, and it's definitely a little bit under the radar. Most people have been focusing on the new cannons, focusing on the clan perks, and while those things are awesome, I think definitely one of the most underrated changes were the changes they made to healers. And if you guys have been following me for a long time, I'd really like to use the giant healer strategy. I made an ultimate guide for it back in I think 2014, early 2014, maybe even 2013, and one of the things that made giant healer really annoying was back in 2013 they add the seeking air mines in, and the seeking air mines would sometimes take out your healers right away, because at max you have 2 healers when you use giant healer. Most of the time you even have just 1, and a lot of the time you just drop your healer down and instantly it sparks a seeking air mine that just destroys it right away, and all of a sudden you have 15 giants that are running around not getting healed, and overall it leads to a failed raid. And I'm sure Supercell saw how little amount of people were actually using healers inside of the game. I think it definitely has to be the most underutilized troop overall. Like, I can think of so many compositions using all of the other troops. Pretty much all the troops in the game are effective some way or another, but the healer honestly hasn't really found its place besides giant healer. There's a couple of other strategies that you can use, but none of them work in high level gameplay. But yeah, healers really weren't being used, and they finally made it so seeking air mines can't target the healer anymore. It really was a big pain, and honestly for me it made me not use giant healer as much, because you never knew when you were going to get unlucky and have a seeking air mine pop up. But now that your healers are protected from those and they can't be targeted anymore, it definitely brings the giant healer strategy back a little bit, and I thought I would test it out on 2 different raids. So you can see I'm attacking here. I was actually using this on my Chief Pat 2 account, which a lot of you guys haven't seen for a while. I'll talk a little bit more about that later, but I did a raid on this. Unfortunately, I screwed up a little bit by using the wizards and the archers in the wrong position. I dropped them a little bit too early and they got taken out, but you can see the healer stays around for the entire raid, pretty much just heals up my giants over and over, and even though I don't have any really damaged units left, besides my king and my queen, the giants are definitely tanking up all of the defenses, and overall it led to a pretty successful raid. I wasn't able to find too many hard accounts to attack on this account, seeing as I'm only at like 1100 trophies, so I'm going to try to test this strategy a little bit more in depth at Town Hall 9 and try to attack some different bases, maybe some like medium upgraded Town Hall 9s, but it definitely makes a difference now that you know your healers aren't going to get blown up at random times. So overall, I think the change is pretty good. I still think they're not going to find their way back into like the meta, quote unquote, for different attacks, but thinking about different strategies you can use with healers, you can use things like Valkyries. There's a bunch of different stuff you can use. It's just sort of hard to direct them right now, and thinking about what other changes they can make to make them viable, it's sort of difficult to like think. I don't know, it's tough, because if you made certain things about the healer, like make it so you can target actually who they heal. They did some small quality of life changes when they made it so the healers actually try to target groups of troops rather than get distracted by healing like one archer off in the corner, one barbarian off in the corner, because that was another thing that made using healers a little bit of the pain. But now I feel like they fine-tuned them as much as they could, and I don't know if there's too much else they can do besides making them crazy overpowered or something else like that. So let me just do one more raid on my Chief Pat, or not Chief Pat account, for my Town Hall 7, and you can see I'm using 17 giants, 1 healer, 8 wall breakers, some lightning spells, 60 archers, and 25 goblins. So when I use giant healer, I usually try to take a couple of lightning spells, try to take care of the most difficult air defense to attack, and then following that, just drop your giants and healers behind them, or healer in this situation. And then after that, I'm just going to drop a couple of archers, and you should be able to storm their way throughout this base. Seeing this guy only had 1 really important air defense to take out, I took care of it on the very top, and now my giants are just going to start making their way through. I'm going to drop my archers behind them, and as long as my giants don't zigzag their way around the base, this should pretty much be a stomp, and we'll see how it pans out towards the end. Alright, so troops are going down, archers are shooting over the top on the left and the right. Looks like one of the mortars is under construction, and seeing those archers on the right hand side, they were able to destroy the wizard tower before they took care of any of my archers over there. So yeah, we've already taken care of all the splash defense. I still have my healer, I still have a bunch of giants. So overall, this raid was really easy, and you can see how effective it is at Town Hall 7. So I definitely recommend trying out giant healer if you guys are Town Hall 8 and below. At Town Hall 9, I definitely want to do some more testing with some higher level strategies. I don't think it's ever going to be effective at Town Hall 10, and I don't think Supercell expects that, but maybe there's some different strategies we can use at Town Hall 9 to make it effective, and we'll just have to see how it pans out. So yeah, if you guys have any good army composition ideas you guys want to see with healers, just drop a comment in the comment section below. I'm down to try them out. I think I'm going to do it in the video either next week or sometime around then, but yeah, giant healer is still pretty fun. Make sure you guys try it out if you haven't already. I'll post a link to the guide I did in the description below, and that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.